At 19, I had decided that Christianity could not possibly be true based on the information in the Bible. And so I wrote down these 6 questions that I thought if someone could answer these questions, maybe I could become a Christian. First off, how do you identify the Holy Ghost? You got to understand through all the Christian faiths, they have multiple ways of identifying it, but they never matches up with what it says in the Bible. Another one was, if the temple was so important in the Bible throughout the whole history, then where is the church that's building a temple? We got to get one at some point here. You know, one of the reasons I always had a problem with Christianity was the Israelites barely could make it through, and they had a prophet named Moses. Now, if I have no prophet, then I have no chance. So where's my prophet? Well, the concept of the Trinity, I always had a problem with. They always taught that Jesus was God in the flesh. Yet for some strange reason, he always prayed to his Father, which means there were 2 people. And so if Jesus is a God and there's a Father, then there must be 2 gods. And then if there's this Holy Ghost God, then there must be 3. And so I got in a lot of trouble with that. I had a problem with the idea of paid ministry. If God gave you the information for free, why are you going to sell it to me? And so I had a problem with that, you see. The missionary comes, they say, do you believe in the Book of Mormon? I've already answered 5 of my questions. I don't want to ask the 6th one, because if they answer that one, I got to join the church. And so they come to my house and they ask my wife, they asked us, do you believe the Book of Mormon is true? And she says, yes, I believe it's true. And I said, oh, wait. No, wait. You can't say that, because if you say that, then we'll have to join the church. And I had to ask them that question. What happens to people who lived before Jesus Christ and they lived good lives and they never heard of him? Which means they never could be baptized. And there were millions of people who lived at the time of Jesus Christ and they never heard of him either. And so there was no way they could be baptized because they don't even know what that is. Then what God, who's supposed to be a good God, has no means for these people? And then they said to me, we're going to get back with you. And I knew they didn't know the answer. So I was so certain that they didn't know the answer. But when they came back, they were able to answer the question. And I thought about it and I said, you know, that just might work. I need to think about this a little bit more, you know. And it happened to be that the missionaries were able to answer those 6 things. And so once they were able to answer those, I had already committed to them to be baptized if I found this to be true. And so since it was true, that's why I got baptized. At that point, there was no reason to not join the church. It was done. Once I knew the truth, I couldn't deny what they had delivered to me, and I decided to go ahead on and join the church. And I am a member because I believe the gospel, not because I just needed something to do.